Hey guys, welcome back. And welcome if you're new. If you haven't been around here before, my name is Talisha, and I love all things homemaking. So if you like watching content where you're gonna clean with me, cook with me, um, organize your home, talk about family life, stuff like that, I'm your gal. I have been lately oversharing about things, and I think, just things that are a little bit more personal, but kind of help to keep, um, you know, authenticity, I guess is what I want to say. Anyway, I'm just a struggling wife, mom, homemaker over here, doing my best to make it through every day. So these first couple of clips are going to be from the Sunday before we went back to school after Christmas break. So I am prepping some fruit and things for lunches, just having a nice Sunday evening in the kitchen with my daughter, who was learning how to roast a whole chicken. And so I was in there with her. She had already done everything and had gotten it in the oven and was just having a hard time making sure that it was completely cooked through. So I was just in there kind of just for moral support. She didn't really need too much. She's a great cook, so. But anyway, I love spending time with her in the kitchen. And, here I am just making little baggies of various kinds of fruit. I had talked in one of my previous videos, I think it was the last one, about trying something new with the apple slices to kind of keep them fresh. And this worked out so well, you guys, that my little guy is going through apples like crazy. Of course, because they're sweeter, right? So what we're doing is we are slicing them up after we peel them and soaking them in Simply Orange juice. And it really does elevate the flavor, I'm not gonna lie. But it keeps them nice and fresh. And it's not like they're swimming in it. I just put I think I cut up 2 or 3 apples here, and I think I put maybe half a cup of orange juice in the container, and then just kind of shook the apples around to make sure they were all coated. But it really did help. It gave everything a really lovely flavor. And then, so this is all fruit that my son will eat he does not complain about any of this, but he loves kiwi, and he loves to keep the skin on it, which is so crazy, right? He's a sensory eater, picky eater. But I don't know if he's been influenced by someone. I don't know why, but the kid loves to eat the kiwi with the skin on. So I'm just gonna keep them there with the strawberries, and I also put a little bit of orange juice in the strawberries. Oh my goodness. So those didn't last quite as long. They kind of soaked up the orange juice and got a bit soggy, but they were very delicious. And then moving on to preparing the rest of his lunch. I keep everything there kind of in a little lunch station with his lunchbox, so that when I go in there, everything is there. So the little plastic cups for his yogurt, which we've switched over to glass since I made this video, little 4-ounce yogurt cups. And I keep everything there in one little section for, that fly. It was driving me nuts. And my daughter were both in the kitchen, and of course there's a fly. What the heck? Get out of here. But anyway, so in the pantry, the little station that we have for his lunches, everything is there so that if I don't get around to maybe packing his lunch the night before, he can go in there and he can at least grab the things that he needs, for his snack time during the day, etc., etc. So I love having that in the pantry and just ready to go. And then here we are the next morning before the sun comes up, back to school. I had the Sunday scaries so bad, you guys, and I don't even work. But this Sunday was so hard to go back. And as you can see, once I got him off to school, had plenty of work waiting for me. I had to bundle him up really well this week. This was earlier in the week, but I had to bundle him up because we have been having temperatures in the teens in the morning, and then we ended up having a massive snowstorm yesterday, and it was absolutely amazing. We have just been sitting around rotting in our pajamas by the fire, outside playing, back inside to warm up, eating yummy food. I got my sourdough starter ready just in time to make incredible artisan sourdough loaves. I made 2 of them today. So anyway, we are sitting around all fat and sassy, eating our bread and chili and all that. So it's been wonderful. It's just been so good. And I was so tempted to, get the camera out and try to get all kinds of like aesthetic content, get some good shots of like a steaming hot mug by the window with the snow out the window. I got some really good shots, but then like when I went to bed last night, kind of before all the heaviest snow started, I was like, I am not going to worry about this. My family is home. We're all together, and I'm going to cook and just enjoy this and not worry about creating content because I want memories. So that is why, y'all, this will never be something for me that I'm like, focused on trying to get monetized or anything like that, because hey, if it happens, that's one thing, but like this is my hobby and I do it for fun. I do it to just have something exciting and different, shake things up. But I really did finally just come to that realization, like, I don't have to do this. This is my hobby. My hobby doesn't have to boss me around. So anyway, just a little word there if you are kind of struggling with sitting down, being still. I definitely do struggle with being still. My best friends are always telling me, girl, sit down, be quiet, take it easy. And I did. So it's just been a wonderful, wonderful couple of snow days. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to title this video yet, but you can see it's obviously kind of like a routine or day in the life. I have a really hard time with those because I'm like, I do the same thing every single day, pretty much with a little bit of variable thrown in here and there. I have always got laundry to do. I've always got dishes to wash. There's always a toilet to be cleaned, right? Like that's just what we do as homemakers. But, I had shared in my previous video about the struggle that I was in with feeling like those were things I had to do. And I had just a really poor attitude about everything. And I was getting to the point where I was so burnt out that I was just sitting around on my phone, kind of daydreaming, romanticizing, fantasizing about, things I wanted to do around the house. And I wasn't actually getting up and doing anything. And it was starting to really, really wear on me. Sorry, my dudes are watching Ohio State. They're in the playoffs. So I'm trying to be in a quiet place, but there is no place in this house that their voices will not reach when it's football time. So if you feel me, let me know down in the comments below. But as I was saying, I have very much been struggling with, getting stuck in the scroll and not actually getting up and doing the things that are going to get me and this house where I want to be and where I want my house to be. So there are lots of projects that I would love to do, and I sit and dream and I'm like, I know I can do that. I know we can do that. And a lot of it isn't about affording it necessarily. It's just about curating and collecting, gathering the things that probably I already have a lot of those things. And I just really, really, really need to put my phone down and focus. And so this was kind of day one of me saying with intention, with purpose, I am not going to pick up my phone. I had mentioned again in that video talking about, getting addicted to my phone and being stuck scrolling, how having my Apple Watch on actually helps me. It does not, it doesn't pull my attention away. It actually helps me because if I actually need to answer a call or something, if I have my watch on and my phone isn't near me, I don't feel stressed about that. I can actually just kind of focus on what I need to do. So I hope that makes sense to somebody else out there, but I did not have my watch on this day, which is kind of funny that I'm talking about it. But anyway, I did really well. This was day one of really being focused. And I got a lot done, as you'll see in this video. We're just getting started. And I hate cleaning the kitchen, but I also love it. It's one of those things where I have to do it so often that I get so tired of it. But once I'm in the middle of it and once it's done, such satisfaction, right? So, and also if you'll notice, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll see I'm trying to learn better how to try different angles, and really, really getting into these voiceovers. If you hate it, I'm sorry. I'm just trying some different things. Like I said, this is my hobby. I do this for fun. If I'm feeling energetic enough to do a voiceover, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think it kind of too gives you a little bit more of me, like my personality and, you know, some of my swirling thoughts that are going through my head. I am not scripting, and that's something that I've been reading about, like maybe you should try scripting and blah, blah, blah. I don't know that I need it. I think sometimes I need to write down some focus points that I'd like to point out, or if I want to try to actually be giving you guys more helpful content, then I think I'm going to, you know, start to schedule that in, take the time to say, I need to sit down for, 30 minutes or so and write out just some of the points that I want to go over, like maybe make an outline, things like that. Again, this is a non-professional sort of YouTube channel here, so I am just kind of winging it. And all that to say, I found Tiffany at Charlotte Grove Farmhouse. Y'all are going to hear me mention her so many times because she is the one who inspired me to start a YouTube channel. And she is precious. I just love her. She recently just put out a video all about how to, be a content creator and how to start your own channel. And I think she's going to do some more of that, but bless her heart, she's not gatekeeping. Your girl is telling everything and exactly how she does everything to be successful on her channel. And I really would appreciate if you would go give her a follow. Her videos, I just love them. I love her farmhouse, her vibe. It's not my vibe, but I love to see it, and I love how she decorates. I just love it, and I love her. And anyway, she gave just the most helpful kind of bullet point by bullet point tips and, the research that she's been doing. She's just sharing everything, and it's just such a big heart, and I just love her so much. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for doing that. It really has inspired me once again to try to kind of level up and, get some better shots. Like I said, try some different angles. I really, really need a microphone. My voiceovers probably aren't the best quality. I'm working with what I have here. I'm not going to go out and buy anything different at this point. So I already have a really, really nice camera and a good enough, my MacBook. So I'm just going to work with what I have and have fun with this. But let me know if you would like to have me talk more specifically about what I'm doing, like the things that I'm using, maybe some of the products that I'm using. Like I said before, not to get you to buy everything that you see. I don't have anything I think that anybody would be like, oh, I need that, unless it's something like a mega purchase, like the new vacuum, or, if there's something specific, let me know. But anyway, would you like more, I don't know, step-by-step how-tos, or just things like that, more like tutorial style cooking, or, I tend to just kind of film and then think about it later. Like, what am I going to do with this now? And then I'll put it together, edit it, and kind of go from there. So again, not polished. And if it's annoying to you, skip stuff. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Don't be mean though. That will hurt my feelings because I don't think that's very nice. So anyway, I think I'm going to take a breath here for a few minutes. I actually just ran myself a nice hot bath, and I'd love to get into it and relax for a little while. So I think, I'm just be quiet for a little bit, and I'm not. This pot, if anybody has any tips to get this stuff off, this is baked on from, this is my Dutch oven that I cook sourdough in. I have 2 of them, and this one was my first one, so it just looks the worst. It's got just really, really dark baked on stuff, and I worked on it again today for a little while, and I just can't seem to get it to budge. So please let me know down in the comments if you have any certain products or just any tips to help me get this clean. Thanks. started on cleaning this thing, and I was like, I need to actually show this how incredible the before and after is. It's so satisfying. And I think the best tool for this particular piece of equipment, this is the, what's it called? The vent hood filter piece. That's the best I can do with that. The grate, the filter, the vent hood, yeah. Dawn Power Wash. It really, I mean, I didn't have to scrub or anything. I just sprayed it and let it sit for, 20 seconds or so. And then I used my sprayer here with super hot water and just rinsed it several times, and it came like perfectly clean. It was awesome. So as long as I stay up on this, if I don't let it go too long, that was like the second time I want to say that I have cleaned it since we moved in like 4 months ago. So I think that's one of those things, like if you can just properly maintain your stuff, it's not going to break down on you. It's going to, serve you well for years to come. And throughout this video on the stove, you're going to see that we've got this pot here and it's just sitting simmering. My daughter, when she made that roast chicken, she broke it down, took the bones out, and made chicken bone broth with a bunch of scraps from the kitchen, like, pieces of red bell pepper and just the onion pieces that she didn't use when she roasted her chicken, some carrots, some celery. I don't know everything she put in there. It was a really good blend of veggies, and she seasons it so well. It just turns out so good. So that you'll see that pot, like I said, it's like, I think the process was over 24 hours, and it made a ton of delicious, good, healthy, good quality chicken stock, chicken broth. Delicious to just put in a mug and just sip it. So good. Like a really good amount of gelatin in there, collagen. Is just, especially during the winter time when, you need your immune system to stay boosted up. Fun fact, my daughter also took the holistic nutritionist course that I took. So we are both fabulous superstars when it comes to nutrition. Just kidding. And here you go, Mimi, my little friend over at Clean with Mimi. She has a fabulous cleaning channel. She keeps me motivated. Girl works hard over there. But here's your favorite song, honey. Enjoy. I am dying here. Like, I got a quarter pinch between my cheeks up there. Oh my gosh, how unflattering. That is hilarious. I'm at like the very end of editing this video, so you know what a pain in the rear it is. I didn't mean to say it like that, but it is such a pain to go back and try to edit when you've already got your music set and this and that and the other thing. But anyway, I am so sorry anybody had to see that. Forgive me. time to get this tree down. But then, you know, as Providence would have it, 2 days later, we had the biggest snowstorm ever here in Arkansas. So it would have been great to have it up with the lights twinkling and the snow falling. It would have been like a proper winter scene set up there. But we missed out on that. But it felt good to get this finally done, put away. As I sit here doing this voiceover, what is this, 3 days now? I took the tree down three, maybe 4 days ago. What day is it? It's Friday. I took it down Monday. The ornaments are still sitting there. I'm waiting for a particular situation. I want to, these are mostly the glass ornaments that I took off the tree. We did not do a mega tree. Like, we did not put out all of our ornaments this year. We just kept everything so simple, and which was great. It was lovely, but we definitely, you know, when we're taking everything down, I'm like, wow, we really put out about like 0.2% of the Christmas stuff that we have. Anyway, I'm waiting for a certain box to come to put the glass ornaments in all together in one spot instead of just putting them back in a tote and kind of like hoping and praying that they don't get smashed and broken. So that is that. So that was kind of the last of the Christmas stuff that needed to be put away, with the exception of some of the stuff that was sitting on the porch. It's still sitting over by the front door. It will get put away. We just haven't been in any big hurry to do it. And you can see here, this was when I was getting my starter ready to go. I made a fresh starter. This is the first one. I've been making sourdough. Let me just back up a bit. I've been making sourdough bread at home almost probably 2.5 years now. And so I've kind of gotten the technique down. I know the recipes that we like. I can do it without really thinking about it. We use the scale every single time because it's sourdough and you want to go by weight. So, but anyway, this was the first time that I used a starter that I actually made. Every other loaf of bread that I've made in this time has been from a starter that I've gotten from a friend. So I thought that was pretty cool. And their starters are fabulous, and I still have a little bit in my fridge. But I wanted to try one on my own, and this one came together so nicely. It is such a happy starter, and it made us some delicious bread today. But it is a process, so you have to be thinking ahead, and you have to know like when you're going to need to feed it. It has its own schedule that you kind of have to stay on. Not that it can boss you around if you let it, but if you learn ahead of time, do your research, and you're really focused and determined to master sourdough, you can do it. You can do it. And then here we're going to just pull everything out of the fridge. It was time. We had a couple spills that got up under the bottom part of glass and kind of down into the bottom of the fridge. So it was good to pull this stuff out, get in there, kind of see everything. Didn't have a ton of expired stuff, but did have some old food in containers that I needed to go ahead and throw out and get the dishes cleaned up. And at this point, I was under kind of a time crunch because I needed to get Bishop picked up from school. And so I was like, oh, do I force it? Do I, it kind of helped me, honestly. I was kind of working under the gun. My husband was getting ready to leave out of town and for work. And so I was like, okay, I had probably an hour and a half, and I pulled everything out and got everything wiped down. And I was like, okay, I think I can, do the drawers. And so I was kind of just like piecemealing it together, like how much am I actually going to be able to get done? And I ended up, proud to say, getting all of it clean, and it felt so nice to have everything put back in and organized, and I could see what we needed. And we had, I had a ton of stuff coming from Walmart for our upcoming snow days, because we knew that was coming. So we were getting prepared for that. So it was just really, really good timing to have the fridge cleaned out. And we are going to be cleaning out the garage fridge here soon. We have some friends that are going to borrow it for a couple of months, and they just have like a temporary need. And so that will be a fun clean out, because that refrigerator is basically, I call it the pickle fridge. It's the drink fridge, but I call it the pickle fridge because we have approximately 487 million jars of opened pickles and condiments and just whatever needs to go out there. So that is going to be fun. Hey, shout out to Kybella. I didn't really mean for this to be a before promo for your product, but hit your girl up. Um, got some chins going on. And this is like, it's real life. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not polished, and I am not going to pick angles according to, obviously, I'm not gonna pick great angles. I'm not trying to be flattering here, but this is just real. It's what it is. I have lost weight, and I have a little bit of a chicken gobbler skin situation going on my neck. So again, if you have any tips for that, not Kybella, though I know the name of it because I've looked it up. Yeah. If you have any tips for double chin exercises or something natural, some sort of holistic approach to help your friend here, I would appreciate that. Well, it felt so good to get that project done. I got it done just in time to make it to the pickup line at the school. So, and then I had to recruit some help to get the Christmas tree out back into the garage so that my husband can put it up in the attic. Until next time, that's my sweet son, Ryan. He is almost 21. And he actually just enlisted in the Air Force. If you're new around here, you probably haven't heard me say that, or you may have just missed it anyway. But he enlisted in the Air Force, and he is waiting for certain higher level jobs to open up. So he was thinking he was going to go in pretty immediately, and he had quit his job. And anyway, long story, but he's been around here a whole lot, and so he's been very helpful around the house, and we just absolutely love having him as long as we possibly can hang on to him. Ugh, my heart. I done said too much. I got myself all choked up. So anyway, moving on. We got into this. I've been meaning to do this like since we moved in, organize this spice drawer. It's right next to where I cook, obviously. And I've been like not really worried about aesthetics so far. I really need it to be functional, and it was just kind of laying in there. You could see I had the bubble wrap that it was with the box. It was in there with the spices, in the box with the spices. And so I just laid it out in the drawer as kind of a protective layer. I haven't lined any of these drawers yet. Sometimes I like to do that, and then other times I'm absolutely insane and crazy, and it's like, okay, it's going to take me a year to get that project done. But anyway, I hadn't gotten to this drawer yet, so this felt really good to get it done. There were leftover dividers, slots, whatever you want to call those things, the little spice racks. There were some left over. This drawer it didn't fit. This isn't like a custom fit, so we're just working with what we have, what we got from Amazon here. And I want to say it was like under 20 bucks for this pack of, I think there were 6. But anyway, it looks better, and it's easier to see everything, and so far so good. I was getting pretty worn out by this point, but we are still boiling that chicken broth back there. I had done that meat. Oh gosh, I think maybe it was in the beginning of this video. It was like, oh, I don't know. I don't remember if I cut that out or not. But anyway, I had cooked the stew beef ahead the night before, just to a certain point, kind of get it flavored, and it just kind of marinated overnight in the fridge. And so I pulled it out and added some seasonings and some vegetables, just frozen mixed vegetables, and we made a really, really delicious beef noodle soup. It was really, really good. We ate that over a couple of days. I don't love to use these Reams frozen egg noodles. They're just not the best ingredients, but there really is no substitute if you're not going to make them homemade or make like your own, like when you make chicken and dumplings, or like, just your homemade using your good quality flour and stuff. It's not that it's difficult, it's just that at the end of this day, I was already exhausted. There was no way I was gonna, pull that together and roll out noodles for this soup. So, take the help where you need it. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up. As long as you are feeding your family really, intentionally, you're doing the best that you can, mama. I know how it is. Even as a nutritionist, we have way too many days where we are defaulting to a drive-through or to just not the best options. So, anyway, be kind to yourself. Do the best you can. Everything is going to be okay. And here we are. This is the end of our day. I'm just kind of finishing up dinner. Bishop was so good. He just got right to work on his homework. It was probably 5 o'clock at this point. My husband, I've mentioned before, just started law school on that day. It was his first day of classes. He's in online courses, and so he had to, we had to just be quiet and let him get oriented in his class. And so while he was in the bedroom working on that, we were out here um, just doing our thing. This is our every night, pretty much. We are, making dinner, keeping the house clean, and doing tons of homework. Well, thank you so much, my friends, for joining me for this one. It was a very, very chatty video. Not my typical style, but hey, we're early enough and new enough on my channel where I like to experiment and try different things. Y'all are my guinea pigs. So I so appreciate you. I enjoyed this, but I am exhausted. I am ready to go get in that bath that I talked about half an hour ago. It is sitting there getting cold waiting on me. So I'm going to go soak. I just, I'm just so grateful that anybody would even stop over here and watch my chaos that I call life. So, anyway, I hope that you are in some way motivated, inspired. I hope you feel like you've hung out with a girlfriend today. And if you did like this video, please, think of somebody that you could share it with, or just give me a thumbs up at the bare minimum. I would appreciate it. Well, until the next time, we'll see ya. Take care, friends.